new discovery, right? Yes. Now they've sent a probe into one of our planets, which is Platoon or Pluto. Now they're trying to see if there's anything beyond Pluto. What might exist beyond the realm of that light of our solar system, generating something new in creation outside of our 9 planets and the sun. Now, let's go further. If this is a scientific lecture, and I hope that it can be proven to be that, let's take a look at the numbers here. 6, oh yes, you know, and 6 is the number of the beast.
That's right.
And it's a number of a man.
That's right.
All right. But who produced this 666? We have a 6 in our ancient history. We, as the first humans to come out of darkness, came out on the number 6. But not 6,000. We came out 6 trillion. And another 6 back into time, building up to that 6. So we came from a circle of nothing and built ourselves up on this planet, according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that we were atom itself. Okay, so if we were atom itself, we had to create, listen, a platform out of which we could draw oxygen, all of the chemical makeup of the air that we breathe, the earth upon which we get our food. Where do you read that in the Christian theology? The book of Genesis. God, in the beginning, originated, going back to Originator, the heavens and the earth. And in that particular period, when the earth and the heavens and all of our planets were being formed, we find man was made when? On the 6th day. So according to the theologians, both Islamic and Christian and Jewish, they say that there were thousands of atoms before this atom came to be that we're reading in the Genesis. Now, 66 books go back. That's one part of the mystery. Now, if you keep on adding zeros, you will build up to see that it goes into millions and trillions of years. We talked about that moon. Now, I know this may be new to many of you, but it was our scientists, I started out with that subject, the gods and the scientists, that they were always experimenting to perfect something. So we can't necessarily say that was very wicked, that was very bad. Yes, in terms of a reality and in terms of the destruction that was created, yes, we could say it's bad because it blew away some of the people. That moon, the scientists are now saying, proving the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that in the center of our earth, it appears that there is material that is very similar to the moon, which proves, the scientists are saying, that the moon was once a part of the earth. And we have been teaching this for decades.
Yes.
The original people and the moon. What happened after the moon detonated, how far it went up in its orbit, how the earth fell in its orbit and took another movement in our solar system. And it is ever since that plane or axis was created by the detonation of the moon, 23.5 degrees, North Pole, 23.5, South Pole, that we have had seasons on our planet. Winter, spring, fall. It is due to the movement of the axis and the changing of its direction to another star in our heavens. So what we are going through today is like, may I say, deja vu. We've come back around to a long cycle in our history, and every time that a destruction is about to take place, then we see very unusual patterns in the weather. We call it climatic changes, earth changes. All of that is real, but it's based upon science, the physics of our universe. So nothing happens spooky. And the angelic hosts who follow in the instructions of the originator, that is the supreme being, and those who are in charge of regulating our universe, we also sat in that circle until our fall, okay? And that fall goes into the last big fall, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, that our people had was 50,000 years ago. Now, the scientists are tracing histories that go back into 50,000 years. You know the drop of blood that has been traced in every tribe and every race on the planet is going back around to Mother Africa. And the Eve, the real Eve, is the black woman, the black mother. And in her blood and in her genes and in her chromosomes, she carries the identification of being the first, really, in respect to producing the male. Isn't that something? And it's called mitochondrial. And so it was a white scientist again who began doing the research, and they found that that original parents was found in Africa, in Central Africa, in East Africa, where the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said 50,000 years ago, another scientist, the head of our tribe, Shabazz, disagreed with the other scientists. There are usually 12 of them that sat in that circle that kept God a secret. But they were always experimenting to produce a type of human that could survive and endure. So if that experiment had not been done, and we regressed or went into the jungles, but we did not become savage, we were living a jungle, Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. And they were trying to keep up with the memory of the civilization out of which they came in the Nile Valley. And we're talking about not Cairo, Egypt, Europeanized, westernized Egypt. We're talking about Nubian. We're talking about Sudan. We're talking about Ethiopia. Okay, the original, I would say, cradle, out of which that part of our history originated. You notice our words original, originated. So we're going nator. We're going all the way as far as Allah will allow us to go to the depths of who you are. You've been on this planet thousands and millions and trillions of years before there was the 666 man of the modern time. Okay? Now, in the Bible, you have evidence of the moon's explosion. I'm sharing some of this if it's okay.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
this here in Wilmington, Delaware is an initiation and an opening to being able to share some of this knowledge that we have withheld or have held back until the proper time. 66. Can I open up Genesis?